Happy Friday, y'all. So I'm back with another Cna Chronicles. Yeah. So y'all, I just want to say this right here. If a nurse ever tell you that you have to change a patient after a patient refuse care, that's a lie. A patient has the right to refuse any type of care, whether it's medication, whether it is personal care, whether it is anything. A patient has the right to refuse. A nurse cannot tell you, oh, you got to change that patient. You have to do this. What she has to do is, the right way to handle that situation would be to chart that. To chart and document and let the person that's coming on the following shift know that, hey, that patient refused care. Okay? That's the appropriate way to do this. But a nurse is not, oh, you have to change her. You got to change her. No, because a patient has the right to refuse care. And by the way, that's what happened to me, y'all. I was getting ready to change a patient. The patient told me, no, I refuse care. I don't want to be cared for. And she also lied on me. So I went back and got the nurse and went in the patient room and asked her the same question again. And she said, yeah, I said that. And she said, no, I meant to say that you have to change me with 2 people. And I said, why didn't you say that? Me having to change you with 2 people is different from you telling me completely no. So why lie? So comes out that she lied. And, y'all know these patients, they will lie on you. They will lie on you. If you don't get clarification, or if you don't take somebody else in there with you, a patient will lie on you. They do lie. Because some of these patients don't be in their right mind. Some of them do. And some of them just lie. Just to lie. So, but if a patient refuses care, they have the right to refuse care. Now, what you can do is you can go back an hour later or hours later and ask that patient that same question and see if they change their mind, because sometimes patient may refuse care because of they're in pain. Sometimes they may refuse care because at that time they just don't want to take a bath. They just don't want to get changed. So you can go back later and say, hey, I'm coming back to see if you want to get a bath. I'm coming back to see if you want to be changed. Now that you can do. But if they just flat out say, no, I do not want care, I do not want to be cared for, I do not want to be changed, you cannot change them, because that is a form of abuse. If a patient tell you no, the answer is no.